Hey guys, Cam here from Darkhorse Archery, and today we're going to be doing a review of Limbsaver's 2011 Dead Zone 30, their DZ-30. And I gotta tell you, I was really pleasantly surprised with this bow. One of the first things that struck me is the quality of the machining on the riser and the various components on it. Top notch, probably one of the best I've seen in terms of the quality seen there. So really excellent job. Quite a unique look too, actually, to this bow. A relatively straight riser, which makes it really shootable, and these limb pockets, which accomplish a few different things. It's a unique system for adjusting the draw weight on this bow. They use what they call a rolling fulcrum in this design. And one of the things that it allows you to do is actually let off the full poundage of the dead zone bows, which allows you obviously to service this bow without a bow press, which I think is really cool to be able to have that feature in a bow. We're not always conveniently located next to an archery store that can help us out in situations like that. So I think that's a really great idea to have on there. Another reason behind this particular design is that these limb pockets keep the limbs away from the riser, which really cuts down on the amount of vibration that you would feel, and also makes it exceptionally quiet. And we know that's what Limbsaver is known for. Those guys basically pioneered vibration dampening material, their NavCom. It's incorporated throughout this bow. From the limbs right up to the limb bolts, the string leeches, and you'll see. I'll shoot it, and you'll have a chance to judge for yourself. Very quiet bow. Another thing too was just how smooth the draw on this bow was, and as you can see, the cams that they have here aren't exceptionally aggressive, but it made for a really nice linear pull, real smooth pull. You almost couldn't tell when it turned over. Like, I know if you're really kind of feeling for it, you can tell. But that's how smooth this was, and I really like that about this bow. This one is outfitted with all the Limbsaver goodies on it, and again, the same quality runs throughout. Beautiful 5-pin sight here with the lighted system. Nice 2-piece quiver on this on the bow here, and then up front. They outfitted this with their S-coil. So again, no problems here with being quiet. Even some really nice details that would prevent you from putting some of the fuzzy felt material or something to dampen those unexpected sounds, like your arrow hitting the riser. They actually have a rubber bumper incorporated into it here. Some of the specs on the bow, obviously this is a shorter axle-to-axle bow, as the name implies. It is 30 inches axle-to-axle. It's rated at 320 to 325 feet per second. And this particular bow is a 28-inch draw, which have them incorporating the large cam. Now, if you go to the Limbsaver site, you'll see that basically all that means is that the large cams were designated for longer draw archers, and then smaller cams for the shorter draw archers. The only reason I mention that is that it has a bearing on the brace height. So for this one here with the large cam, it's actually 7 1/4 inch brace height. For the smaller cams, it would be 6 3/4, which is actually quite a nice thing. Shorter draw archers, you can get away with a little bit more. Not only that, the shorter brace height obviously marginally is going to give you a little bit more of a power stroke, which, for a shorter draw archer, that's definitely a bonus. So I really like this bow. As I mentioned, very smooth shooting. The straight riser design and the limb pocket design really makes this bow very shootable, extremely steady for a short axle-to-axle bow. And as we know, there are benefits to that straight riser design. Anytime that you can basically move the limb pockets, or where the limb contacts the riser, closer to that line, in line with your hand, it's really going to reduce the amount of accuracy robbing torque that can be exhibited by some bows. So really, really good design, especially to have it on a shorter axle to axle bow. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot it, and you guys can see just how smooth this bow is in the draw and how quiet it is. You can judge for yourself. So I'm going to fling a few arrows now. As I mentioned, I had to make a 28 work for me, and again, the adjustability, really, really cool with the draw stops there, having up to 6 pegs that you can use, which again is a great thing because nobody's ever a cut and dry, 28 or 29. So it's nice to have that adjustability. So quite smooth. You can kind of see where the clam's turned over there, and real steady, quite nice. And doesn't really want to take off from you. You can let it forward a little bit. So it's good to have a little bit of play there. Real solid back wall. Dead in the hand on the shot, and that's certainly what you want. I'm afraid my target is making much more noise than this bow is, but for a short axle to axle bow, it's packing a wallop, definitely. So if you're in the market for a new bow and you got a list and Limbsaver isn't on it, you guys really owe it to yourself to check out the Limbsaver series of bows.